Did Rangers compete well enough against Millwall's style of play?
Yeah, I felt we did. Yeah, you know, we'd practiced for that. We knew what we were going to face. It was a derby game, and I said in the week you have to bring certain qualities to this type of game. I felt we did that. Competed well. I felt we were unfortunate to be 1-0 down at half time, to be honest, but that's the moment that we're in. We didn't make the most of our opportunities, and from our throw-in, we give the ball away and concede a really poor goal on our behalf. I think that was probably the only moment they had in the first half, and they score. The game was a bit more even in the second half. They started with, some corners and free kicks, and we dealt with them really well, but the one time we don't deal with it, they score, and we that was a really poor goal, and that's something we've got to do better at. We can't play well or be in the game and then concede goals like that. That made it doubly difficult than it already was. We showed a good response, scored a great goal, and the players gave their all, went to right to the end of the game. Lots of balls in the box, and just maybe a little bit of luck or the ball falling for us, and then that little bit of quality in front of the goal let us down, and that's the reason we've lost. So we have to do better. It's as simple as that.
Was that second Millwall goal the defining moment for you then?
Yeah, I would say it was. Yeah, you know what Millwall are about and how they play, and they're very good at it, and it's very difficult to play against. They ask a lot of questions of you all the time, and I say for vast portions of the game we dealt with it really well. But at 1-0 they can sit there and defend in numbers, and you could see they're waiting for the counter-attack moment. And I felt we'd dealt with the corners and free kicks reasonably well, just maybe one time, and then they get the throw in and we don't deal with the first ball or the second ball. And we've got to do better. We've got to be, got to keep the ball out of the goal better than what we're doing as a team, because Millwall didn't really have to work for their goals today, where we have to put in a fantastic cross and a great header. So that's the moment we're in. These players have been in a similar situation last season, and it's up to us to stick at it and come through it. And we need to learn how to come through this moment, and I'm sure we will. If we keep performing like that, take the goals out of it, which obviously you can't do, but we've got to do better than that. If we do, then I'm still confident in this group of players will turn it around.
Today, despite the result, were you seeing signs, as Rangers created a few more goal-scoring opportunities, that a few things are heading in the right direction?
Yeah, I was today, but it's a results business, and you can take some sort of solace from that. Like we're showing signs, but again, we've got to do better in both penalty boxes. We weren't quite there in the first half, having created some decent opportunities, and then we weren't solid enough, or our concentration, that focus to keep the ball out of the back of the net, bravery, whatever it is, put your body on the line. To keep the ball out of the net at the other end. I say it wasn't through a lack of effort today or application, in my opinion. I felt the mentality with the players was good, but those two moments have a huge bearing on the game, and at the moment those moments are going against us. All we can do now is stick together and make sure that we're working as hard as we can every single day to try and change it in our favour.
You mentioned mentality in the week about confidence obviously being low in the run that we've been on. How can you instill confidence into a group that's been on this sort of run?
Sometimes you have to remind the players what they're good at, because they can forget quite easily. So I felt that we played some good football in patches in the first half, in a difficult game, in a frenetic game. It's not easy to put your foot on it and show confidence and bravery, particularly with the moment that we're in the tip, particularly in the game, the style of game. But we did, and if you see that, then you have to make sure that you give confidence to the players as well, and that's important from me and the staff. We have to make sure that we're with them and we stick with them, demanding more from them. but also, you know, like reminding them of some of the good things we do as well. Because it's, even though obviously after the game, it's, you know, it's can be doom and gloom, and you know we all feel the result. Sometimes, you know, there was other things to take from the